All right, welcome everybody to the group chat. Today we are officially starting, and today we're going to be doing the first half of the group chat. We're going to start off with just kind of a general question and answer to see whatever issues we have with new people or the advanced members, and see where you guys are at. And then we're going to spend the other half of the group chat doing like some really advanced negotiation skills for you guys. Okay, so first off, let's get started with, what are your questions that you guys have? Now, I want everybody to participate, so please, whether you're brand new and this is your first day, or you've been doing this for 6 months to a year and you've already done 10,000 a month, whatever it is, I like you guys to please post your problems or questions in here, because that makes this the best group chat we can have, so that way we can address. So don't be shy, don't be embarrassed, don't be afraid that your question is too beginners, too silly. Please post it. So let's see, someone says following up with potential leads. Okay, how to follow up with leads. Okay, what's another issue we're having? Can everybody see my screen? Let's see, we got a ghost in our marketplace, and what can I do to start getting views again? Okay, let's see. Can you go over local news in general, what type of headlines to use in those sections? Okay, best headlines for Craigslist. Okay, keep the questions coming, guys. How to reach out to people. I think that's going to be a good one, because right now it's a little bit of a slow season with Christmas and stuff, so this might be a good way to do it. Good way to drum up some business if you have to. Felden says being patient. If patience is a problem, well, what we could do, we'll do that. Being patient. We're going to talk about negotiating, so let's do it. I think that would be a good one for my therapist to go over tomorrow, just handling emotions and stuff like that and talking with people. She really helped me a lot with that, like how to really be patient and more caring with people instead of being reactive. Emirates says customers who say Apple is paying more for their carrier. Okay, so handling so-and-so said they would pay more. GameStop, Apple, whatever. That's an objection. Okay, let's look at another one you guys have. Mindset tips and tricks. Try to be specific as you can, guys, because the more specific, the better I can answer the question. Just to fill the pipeline, reaching out to people, we put that one down. Doing bill of sale, do we need the address? And what if they want our ID info? We do not give up. Never, ever give your personal information to the people you buy. So let's talk about bill of sale questions. You need it from them because you're protecting yourself. They do not need your information. It does absolutely nothing for them. So getting past, I need to talk to my husband or wife. Okay. So this is all basically, it sounds like negotiation questions you guys mostly have. Let's look at another one here. How do I deal with people that say no matter what, when to give up, when do you give up on a customer? How to make ads for apps. Okay, how to make ads for apps. Okay, these are great questions, guys. Keep them coming. I'm going to try to do my best to answer them to the best I can, in the time that we have allotted for you. How many times a day to post on apps? How to be in a positive mindset? Best way to manage a large amount of leads. Okay, I actually did a video on this with my employee Austin the other day, actually. It's in the group. How to respond to lots of leads. Okay. How is this, guys, for the questions for tonight? Is there any more that you guys have that you want covered? A lot of this stuff is all negotiation. I don't see a lot of other things. Is this okay with you guys if we just answer these? Do you want to go over more? Let me just see if anybody else has anything. Why are Sprint and T-Mobile always bad ESN? Now, running out of groups to post in. Okay. How to find more groups to post in. And what was the other one? How to find more groups to post in. And why are T-Mobile and Sprint always bad ESN? Okay. I think we're going to stop here because this is quite a bit. If we have, we'll answer these, and then if you guys have more questions and we have time, then we'll hit those. That sound good, guys? All right. So first off, let's start with the basic one. Why T-Mobile and Sprint are always bad ESN? Who does not know the answer to this? Say yes if you don't. Wait, actually. Say yes if you know this. Say no if you don't know this. Why Sprint and T-Mobile are always a bad ESN. Okay, so let me stop sharing my screen for a second so I can just pin the video on me so I can talk. All right, so Sprint and T-Mobile go like this. This is the reason why. It's very complex, and to be honest, guys, I think worrying about this actually costs a lot of members from making more money than they could if they didn't worry about it. But I'll break it down to give you some more confidence. So there's two different types of network. There's what's called a CDMA network and a GSM. CDMA means the carrier is connected right to the phone, which means there's like when you call up the carrier to register it, that phone is now connected, and to disconnect it, you have to call them again and say, I no longer want to use this phone. The phone has to be paid off. Sprint is a CDMA network, which means if I'm still using this phone, even if it's paid off and I'm on Sprint, it's still a bad ESN, which means if I give this even to my friend, they can't activate it until I call Sprint and deactivate it. So it's very complicated, and it's 95% of the time Sprint are bad ESN. But what a lot of new members do is they think they're losing money with the bad ESN. This is a mindset issue. So many new people think, well, if I buy a bad ESN, Dave, I'm losing money. No, you're not. Okay, I want to show you something. You are losing more money by worrying about things that are stopping you from taking action, and that's probably going to cost you a lot more. So right now, the last 31 days, we're at 33,637. Most of our phones are sold as a bad ESN, okay? So if we look at the orders, I think we sold like 7,000 worth of phones today. Let's see what type of phones that we have. So I don't want to just answer the question. I will answer it, but I want to also give you guys the mindset behind this, so that way it doesn't cost you money. For some reason, it's not allowing me to click. I don't know if it's just slow or what's going on. Can everybody hear me okay? Is this frozen? Oh, okay, there we go. All right, so here we go. Sprint bad ESN. So we practice what we preach. Like, I don't list any Sprint phones as clean ESN. And, you know, like it was $239.95. Let's see what we paid for this phone. Okay, we bought it at 170. So we're making a decent profit on that. And we sold that super fast. Here's another one, $279.95. Let's see what we paid for that. It's not. I think we paid $180 for that. So guys, I mean, we're making still really good profit despite buying them all as bad ESN. But the thing is, you just got to not talk about it to the customer. The problem is new people start telling the customer about bad ESN, and then that's what blows the deal, okay? Someone says not losing money but losing deals because of low offer. Yes, that's what you think, but that's a mindset. You're not losing the deals because of the low offer. You're losing them because of negotiation skills, but you're thinking it's because of the bad ESN. All right, and we could do a role play with that, and I'll tell you how I handle that stuff and what the wrong way and what the right way to handle it is. Same thing with T-Mobile. Now, T-Mobile, we do not have a reliable way to check if a phone is financed. So here's the thing with T-Mobile. If T-Mobile is clean and it shows up on 6W as clean, the problem is it might, if they stop paying it 6 months down the road, you'll get an open PayPal case, and you'll have to take that phone back 6 months later, and it will be worth a lot less than what you sold it for. And then you're going to have to sell it as a bad ESN anyways. Okay? So it's so much better to just buy as bad ESN, and then you don't have to worry about returns or problems. Does anybody have a question on that? Is that confusing to anybody? Why we buy them as bad ESN still? No, guys, unlocked does not mean paid off. Just so you guys know, if a phone is unlocked, it does not mean it's paid off. There are tons of bad ESN unlocked phones out there, okay? So unlocked, you should not, the word unlocked shouldn't even be in anybody's vocabulary if you want to make big bucks in this business. We don't even listen to the word unlocked. We don't care about the word unlocked. We just want to buy for whatever the original carrier is and then just pay based on that carrier, whether it's a bad ESN or not, okay? Now, there's a lot of technical people that want to argue with me, and they want to say, yeah, but Dave, what if it is a bad ESN? The problem is, if there's only 5% of deals that are clean ESN, and so what, maybe you lose a few dollars in those deals, you're losing thousands by not doing this the simple and easy way, does everybody understand the mindset and why I do this? Chris Kripe used to do this, and he got mad at me one day and said, Dave, I could have made more money because this phone was a clean ESN. And Chris, do you want to come on and talk about that one day where you got mad at me about that? Are you
Yeah, so basically what I would do is I would actually unlock phones. And I'm not going to really promote that too much, but I would then I would sell them local, basically.
And I said not to do that in the beginning, but you said Dave is wrong. I remember that. Now, this isn't to put you down, but I want everybody to understand the mentality of this and what happened. So what happened when you did that, Chris?
I mean, I would, like, literally, I was buying phones off of eBay, selling them local, and I was completely away from the courts. And I make more money now just buying everything local off of buying everything local and selling on eBay. My profits are like over double what they were.
And now, are you worried about bad ESN or clean ESN or any of that stuff, or are you just buying most as bad ESN?
No, I could care less now. Just pretty much everything is bought and sold as bad ESN.
And are you getting more deals or less deals now that you're doing that?
More deals just because I have more free time to focus on actually buying phones, posting ads, negotiating, stuff
Absolutely.
like that.
Okay. Does that clear that up for everybody that was confused? Do you understand that? Some people still want to fight me on this, and they're like, yeah, but Dave, what if? You have to think on a bigger level, guys, if you're in that. So someone says, I'm trying to fill out the details of the inventory properly. If SICW says clean ESN, but it's a Sprint phone. If it's Sprint, I don't even check the ESN. So guys, don't even bother checking the ESN if it's Sprint or T-Mobile. Don't bother. Just buy it as bad ESN and label it bad ESN. That's the best thing to do for that, and that will save you guys a ton of hassle, and you don't have to worry about it. The only ESN we really check right now is AT&T, and that's it. So I'd like to make things super easy, right? Because the easier it is, the better we can do this. So someone says if 6Ws, I don't care about unlocked. So I don't care what it says. I'm going to still buy it as bad ESN.
No, it's not.
And that's going to remain my answer for probably the next 3 years unless anything changes. So if that makes sense. Phil says, I don't even check IVR anymore. It's not worth it. Okay, so
hey,
I hope that answers.
Dave, got one question for you. This is Bob. So you don't even discuss in negotiations saying, hey, I'm going to buy this phone, but, you know, I have to sell it for parts only, and that's why I'm giving you this low offer.
Absolutely not. I don't mention that at all. Right?
Okay.
So let's do a role play.
Just give them a price, right?
Yeah, that's a great question, Bob. Why don't we role play that so everybody can see exactly how I handle it, because that will help everybody out, right? So let's do this. So you be the customer, and you're going to sell me, like, let's just sell me this. What was that phone that we sold? Say it's an iPhone 7 Plus for Sprint. Now I know it's going to sell for $239. I'm going to offer you like $130 on it. Okay. So
yeah, I'm looking over here at the Facebook marketplace ads, and it looks like everybody's listing them for $300. I mean, you know, what's your best offer, Dave?
Sure, I totally understand, Bob. Have you listed on marketplace and tried selling it yourself yet?
Not yet.
Yeah, because right now I'm seeing them selling currently for about $240. So my top offer I could do is $130 on it, unfortunately.
Wow, that's way low, man. I mean, you know, you can't come up a little bit for me?
I totally understand, Bob. I really would love to buy the phone from you, but $130 is really the top I'm allowed to pay on that phone. Because
and why is that? Because
I have a lot of, we have gas, overhead, and then also I have to pay eBay a fee when we sell it. So unfortunately, with my cost, if I pay any more, I'm almost at a break-even point, if that makes sense. But I really want to do business with you, Bob, and I'd love to put a deal together to you today. So can we do it at $130, and I can give you the cash right now?
Well, I'm going to have to think about that and get back to you, because 130 seems awful low.
Well, let me ask this. I'd love to buy the phone from you, Bob, if we can do something, because I definitely want to earn your business. I work hard to make sure I do the best I can and pay the highest prices in the state. I mean, I'm at the best I could do right now, but if I was to just give you a little extra, even if I'm not making much money on it, just to earn your business and hope that maybe you'll sell me something in the future, if I did like 135, would that work for you?
Yeah, why not? Show me the money. Show me a picture of dollar signs, you know, especially if we're texting or whatnot. The first thing I do, and I learned from you, man, and it works. When I lowball or I'm giving them a price, and I go 130 like you, man, and the next picture is a picture of me holding up some cash, baby, and it
Absolutely.
works.
And see, so this is where people go wrong. Let's do it where the wrong way would be, Bob, okay? And this is why so many new students, they get frustrated with the bad ESN thing. So, because notice I didn't even attack that. I still closed you with the price I wanted, right? But notice it's a Sprint phone. I didn't mention ESN. I didn't mention any of that stuff. I just went right to price. And then I said, you know, I can't unfortunately go any higher because I'm at like the top. But I tell you what, if I was willing to just do this just to earn your business, because I'm hoping that maybe you'll sell me some phones in the future. You see, I'm also planting the seeds for that future relationship with you, right? And now you're like, okay, well, that makes sense. If I did 135, is that fair? So remember, that's the reason.
You're trying to go up, yeah.
Bias of the brain. People have this bias in our brain that when there's a valid reason for something, they're willing to go through with it.
Well, you're real smooth, and it works. When I answer the phone now, it ain't, hey, this is what can I do for you? Got a phone you want to sell? It's, hey, this is Bob. We buy and sell iPhones. Can I help you? Can I get who am I speaking with? And as soon as I get their name and I start calling them, hey, Joe, man, hey, I really, just like you know, want to help you out. And unfortunately, the best I can do here, or can you text me and, you know, I'll look up the quote and get right back to you. And man, it works. It really does. I've doubled what I'm doing, and I'm up to like 14,000 now. So I mean, you know, and I just started 2 months ago, and I've watched every one of your videos, and I mean,
Chris asked me, have you ever read the book Never Split the Difference? I was personally trained by the guy who wrote the book, Chris. I was trained by him at Ty Lopez's house how to negotiate. His name is Chris Voss. He's an FBI hostage negotiator. So anyways, okay, so I don't want to spend all day on just one question, but I hope that clears it up for you guys that are asking about Verizon and AT&T. So Verizon, you go to the Verizon trade-in site and you can check their ESN there. Honestly, I'd just buy Verizon as bad ESN if I were you now too. Anything newer like iPhone 8 or above, I'd just buy as bad ESN. AT&T is wishy-washy. You got to go to the AT&T wireless unlock site to check the ESN like reliably for that. If you want to save yourself a lot of time, just buy them all as bad ESN and sell them as bad ESN. You probably make a whole lot more money, guys. I'm just being honest. Okay, so let's get into the next thing. So, Bob, so what I was saying is before I was going to role play saying like, you don't want to be like, well, because it's bad ESN and it's Sprint, that's why I can't pay. Then they're like, well, what's an ESN? What does that mean? I don't know what this means. I just know my phone's worth $300. And then now it starts turning into the combat experience rather than a nice, smooth working together experience, if that makes sense. And for all you guys that are new, remember, we have a script right here, the common objections and rebuttal script, and it tells you exactly how to overcome all these objections and has a texting script right here that you can use to overcome these objections with a training video in the document, okay? So if you guys are new and you haven't gotten that yet, make sure you download this, watch that training video, and then it shows you right here how to piece the objections together to close, okay? And
right,
so
I have it.
using this and it's worked great.
Yeah, I have it printed out, man, and I look at it all the time. I mean, it works too.
Oh, and by the way, some of you guys asked how to follow up with leads, how to respond to lots of leads. If you guys are getting a lot of leads, you can actually download this document right on your phone and just copy and paste the responses to the people. That's what my manager, Austin, does. He just copy and pastes all these responses for our deals when people message the store, and he just closes them like that, right on his phone. And he can respond to 10 people in a couple minutes by doing that. Okay, let me just stop really quick. Any questions on that? Okay, and these work, guys. I mean, we are closing deals. This is proven to work. We're getting more and more members that are averaging 20,000 a month than ever now. I'm doing better than ever on eBay. We're doing fantastic. So, you just follow the script. It's a template. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Watch the training and follow it to a T. That's going to help you. All right, let's go to the next question here. let's see, how to follow up with leads. All right, so I want to show you. Do you guys want to see some personal messages we get at my store from the Facebook ads that Austin is responding to? Would you guys like to see that? So let me go to my page, Buy, Sell, Fix. By the way, anybody who's gotten the Facebook ads course, I know Pablin, he just did $13,000 a month just from Facebook ads after he took the course. So if you guys haven't upgraded to the Facebook ads course and you want to get some more leads and your experience, that might be something to think about as well. Let's see, here we go. It's the inbox. Now, normally we get like 15, 20 messages a day. I don't know if anybody else, it's slowed down a little bit this week because it's like right before Christmas. Typically, like from now to till New Year, it does get a little bit slower, but I mean, it's still not too bad. This is a message, this is a message, this is a message, this is a message, this is one, this is one, this is one, this is one. I guess it's not too bad. I don't know how many messages is that, like 13 to 15 or something today. So, I mean, it's a little slow, but it's still decent, right? And that's just from the Facebook ads. This is only Facebook ads. That's it, paid Facebook ads. And let me break down some of the conversations here. And Austin says, where is the Facebook ads course? I'll put the link in the description if you guys want to see it. All right, I just put a link to the Facebook ads course if you want to check it out. I would say make sure to have at least $3,000 saved before you get the course. I don't like to just take money, guys, from people. I like to make sure like you're going to actually apply it and level up properly. You know what I mean? So, you know, if you're not ready and you only got like $500 to flip phones, I wouldn't be getting the Facebook ads course. You want to have a little money to play with because you've got to test. Feldon says, Dave, I've gotten so many leads from Facebook ads alone. I've been getting phones like crazy. Great job, Feldon. That is fantastic. And Tommy says, seriously, Feldon, I'm amazed how many leads I get just from Facebook groups. Facebook groups is different than paid ads. These are paid Facebook ads that we're getting these messages from. So see, when someone messages and says, hi, I would like, what would you like to sell today? This person hasn't been responded to yet because they just messaged him. My employee's off the clock, so he's not going to respond. But here's how he messaged right here, like this. See, okay, great. Thanks for messaging us. Now, she said, how much can I get for a Galaxy S6? I said, okay, great. Are there any problems with either one? None at all. He says, okay, great. Are they Galaxy S7 or 6? I said S7. So I like how he clarified this. This was good. Notice he's very friendly when he first he responds, right? Okay, great. Are there any problems? He clarifies that. Okay, great. Is it S7 or S6? You got the model. Okay, great. What phone company do you use? Now, I usually say what carrier. He said what phone company. I think what carrier are they is a little easier, but you can say either or. He said, okay, great. I can give you 50 for each one. Boom. He went right to the offer. Okay. Now, see, there's no messing around here, right? He got right to the point very quickly, and he did it in a positive, easy way. And then she didn't respond, right? And he said, so what do you think? She gave him a thumbs down. Now, this is where you can follow up. Now, look, he started using the objection rebuttal script. I totally understand. How much were you looking to get? Okay, that's right in that script, guys. So if they don't respond or they get angry, right, I totally understand how much you're looking to get. It's right there. You can just copy and paste. She says, don't worry, thanks, gracias. I would love to give you some cash today, though. If we agree on something, we're both happy. What do you think would be fair? Now, he'll actually, this conversation is not over. This was only done at 5 o'clock. Now, my store actually closes at 5, so he was actually working after hours to close this deal for me. But he'll follow up with this girl tomorrow. And sometimes we'll get people like this. We'll follow up with them 4 or 5 times, and a week later, they end up coming in with the phone. And this happens all the time. And see what happens, people are giving up like here at this point. You don't want to give up on the first no. You need to continue in a nice professional fashion following up with your leads. Does anybody have a question on that? Lawrence says, I'd love to see our follow-up on this conversation. Felon says, took me 4 days to close one deal and let go, but I got it. Bam. Tommy says, I can only imagine how many more from the paid ads. Oh, Poblin says up to $18,000 a month. All right, good job, Poblin. Wow. That's a heck of a testimonial. I think I'm going to get a video testimonial for that course, Poblin, on that one. That's pretty good. Okay, so here's another message here. Now, the only problem is you can't see the full follow-up because a lot of these people will close the deal and then they'll just either, like Austin will call him because he's trained to get him on the phone as fast as possible. I don't really like texting and I don't think it's effective as calling is. So I train him to do whatever he can, and when there is kind of like some resistance, he gets right on the phone with them and call them. And I'll have him call them right on Facebook Messenger. And like, you know, if they're not responding, he'll just pick up the phone and call them and try to close them. And we've gotten a lot of deals that way by just getting them on the phone, because then they're connected to a real person and it becomes more emotional. And it's not just a text deal. Now, a lot of people are kind of afraid to do this when they're brand new, but if you want to get out of your comfort zone and you want to start closing more deals, it's a good technique to do that. All right. So he says, okay, great. What company it was? Same thing. I have an iPhone 6. Says it's unlocked in Metro. Now notice, look at this. It says there's a problem with the motherboard. He ignores that it's unlocked in Metro. If it's a Metro PCS, we automatically buy it as Sprint VAT ESN. And he says, okay, great. What is going on with the motherboard? The screen stays a different color, all white. Okay, let me just take a quick look. So we had to send a pic. Now this was not a great response. I'm trying to figure out a price, but I'm not sure where it'll fall. Okay, so this one I can probably talk to him about. What he should have done in this situation is appraise this phone as no power, and then he should have given her a deal based on that. So this is where he messed up a little bit. He went too complicated. He started making it hard. And when you start making things hard for the customer, that's when you start losing the deal, guys. So you want, like if I was you and this, and there's like a problem with if there's major problems with the phone, just buy it as no power. All right. I want everybody to understand when we do appraisal, we make an offer, guys. It's more like kind of hitting a bullseye. Like it doesn't have to be dead center in the bullseye. As long as it's in the range, it's near the bullseye, you win. Does that make sense? So you don't have to be like perfect. You don't have to try to make the exact offer dollar for dollar, find out every little issue. The bottom line is if they take your deal, you win, right? So like if I just I'm going to appraise this iPhone 6 as no power. And let's just see what happens. iPhone 6, no power, and we'll do Sprint VAT ESN. Because I can't lose here. So the strategy is when you're appraising is that you can't lose. That's what you want. We don't want to gamble. We want to know for sure. And in this situation, I can know for sure I'm not going to lose if I buy it for no power. Because no matter what's wrong with it, the worst situation is it doesn't turn on. So I know right here, oh, that's a 6S Plus. We got to go to sold listings. It's not really worth that much. This is probably why I didn't put a lot of issues into it, because he probably did the appraisal and realized it's only selling for $20. And any phones that are worth less than $25, we won't even take for free. So that's probably why he stopped on this one. He should have done the butterfly effect though and say, unfortunately, we don't buy those, but I'd be happy to buy anything else from you, like laptops, MacBooks, tablets. We get a lot of deals that way. But if they have a junk phone, what you call a junk phone, you got to offer them other stuff to buy because there's still a lead. You get a real person there in a message. Ask them what other stuff they have to sell. Anybody have a question up to this point? Is anybody confused? Is this too much for you guys, or is this helpful? I don't know if I'm overloading you. I'm going over too many topics at once, or trying to answer the questions the best I can with the time we have. Sam says, great. Tommy says, helpful. Lauren says, I guess it's okay to reply with, okay, great, 4 times in a row. Yeah, I don't think it's not awesome. I'm not a big fan of saying that same thing over and over. I still got to work with them. I mean, that's the problem when you have other people doing stuff for you is, not everybody's going to do it perfect. But, I mean, he's still doing a great job. We're at $33,000 for the month, and he puts a lot of work in, so I just got to train him a little more. Bob says, helpful. Feldon says, awesome. Remy says, good. Ryan says, helpful. Okay, so it is helpful. Timothy says, when should you give up on a customer? Lately, I've been getting no's no matter what I say. Well, it depends what you're saying. You might not be leading them into the sale. So, we can, if you want, we can do kind of like an objection thing, or if you want to show me one of your texts, and I can tell you how I would have responded, because it also depends how you start the negotiation and how you finish. So let's see. He says, okay, great, give you 25. What do you think? I'll keep it for that. I totally understand. What were you looking to get? Honestly, no idea, but not 25. I'd love to give you some cash today if we can agree on something we're both happy with. What do you think is fair? No idea, but it's really a conversation and following messages, see what you would offer, but that lower price, I'll just keep it. So a lot of these that I'm going over right now are just recent. Let's go over some ones from like a couple days ago, so that way you can see what it's like to follow up with the customer. Let's do Saturday and see. Because that I want to see if he follows up. This person didn't follow up. He didn't follow up on these. Uh-oh. This is good to inspect your business, guys, sometimes. I'll have to find out why he didn't respond to anybody here. I don't know if he was busy or what was going on. Okay, this is not a good example of how to close deals, that's for sure. Okay, here we go. I mean, usually he's pretty good. I don't know what was happening, if he's having an off day or what there. Everybody's laughing. Let's see. Bob says, I know prices change all the time. Do you have a cheat sheet on hand so you don't have to jump on eBay? No. Every single deal we do an appraisal, guys. Every single one. There is no silver bullet to this business, guys. Every deal I appraise. If I'm working in the store, I will appraise every single phone call I get. I mean, I can do an appraisal in 15 seconds because if not, that's where people make mistakes when they're trying to do things like, you know, I'm just going to go off the last phone I bought, or you know, I'm going to try to make a spreadsheet of all the phones I buy. That's the worst thing that you can do because phone prices fluctuate so quickly and you just never know. You want to be sharp and appraise every single phone. Remy says, do appraisals on each one. I lost money that way. 100%. Definitely. Appraise every single phone. Just get good at it, and it's practice every time you do it. Okay. Let's see. Ghosted on Marketplace. Now, this one, I honestly don't have a 100% answer for you on this. Okay, guys? I only know what I know to do $33,000 a month within means. If you're ghosted on Marketplace and you've been doing this a while, I highly suggest just doing paid ads because you don't get ghosted doing paid ads. It's legitimate. Facebook allows it, and it's like a license. It's like you're paying off Facebook $5-10 a day for the permission to make $20,000 a month. So who cares? You know, give Facebook their money and collect your check. Rather, I mean, Marketplace is great, guys, to get started on because it's free. But if you're having that type of problem, the only way to really get to fix that is to start a new Facebook and build up a new Marketplace. But that's time-consuming and tedious. You can also make like a fake Facebook profile, which I've seen some people do, but I'm not a fan. I never do that because if Facebook catches you, you get banned permanently. It's also considered black hat. I'm just not into that stuff. I think like the Facebook ads, it's legit and it works. You can see these are all messages from the Facebook ads. I just pay off Facebook and, you know, and then I never worry about, every morning I wake up, I know I'm not getting banned. If that makes sense. I don't know if that answers your questions. I'd love to give you a better answer, but I don't own Facebook and I can't control it. I can only tell you what to do around it. Also, you don't want to kill the golden goose, guys. So don't overpost. Only post once a week on Marketplace. That's it. Don't be posting like 2 times a day because then you're going to get ghosted. That's what happens. People abuse a platform. So don't abuse it. Post on all the platforms. You should be posting on LetGo, Marketplace, Craigslist, Facebook groups, and try things out and see what works the best for you. Okay, and everything is in the course for all this stuff. I know I'm kind of answering some very specific questions, but like everything is in the course. It shows you exactly what to do and how to post the ads. Now I can show you guys want to see some of our ads that are working good for us for Facebook groups and Marketplace. I can show you some that are working right now for us to get us leads because we do plenty of free advertising too, other than Facebook ads. Here's some of our own personal. This is the stuff from, as a group, my employees upgrade things. These are some picks for the Facebook ads that Austin uploaded for me. He gave me a bunch of stuff. So that's for the paid Facebook ads. This is for Facebook groups, is doing great. Amy posted this and got a good response. This is killing it, this strategy where you have your thumb in the picture and a business card with your name and then the cash. I don't know why, but this just works amazing. Tommy says, I knew the knowledge was in this course, but you saved me a lot of time answering directly. Thanks for doing these group chats, Dave. Yeah, no problem. So this is a great ad, something similar to this. Don't just take our picture, guys. Like, use your own picture, make one. It only takes 2 minutes to make a picture like this. This is crushing it for us. Look at that. This is a Facebook story post we posted in a story of a local yard sale group. Got 113 views right there, okay? Here's another one, got 73 views in just another group, 75 views, 34, 115, okay? So that's working really good. And here's some more stuff that works good. He says right here, these photos have been working well all day for us. Okay, so people, remember, are watching us. They're not only just messaging us, but they're also calling our stores because we put a phone number in there. So I don't have those messages because I prefer closing people with the phone. You have a better chance. Does anybody have a question on our pictures or anything? On what to do? And these are working. These are all sticking in Facebook groups. It's sticking on the apps. They're working great for us. This is another good one for Facebook stories and groups. Someone says the ones with the numbers are for groups. Yes, that's for groups and for the apps too. We use it for the apps as well. This one was for paid Facebook ads. We did one like that. Look at this one. This is one he posted in a group, Facebook groups, guys. And look at all the messages he got. Boom. It's just from that one post in a group. So if you're not posting in Facebook groups, you guys are probably missing a lot of leads, and it's free. Tommy says you have your employees post ads in groups on their own. Yeah, I have kind of like a business development manager, and he does all that for me. I train him how to post so we can go, like all out, and he can post as much as possible. I have him posting. I have my wife posting because I'm running 4 companies, so I don't have time to be doing the posting myself. So I have other people doing that. I don't recommend having somebody else do it for you until you get really good at it. Like I'm a master. I find out the strategies that work. I tell them exactly what to do. I coach them. I don't put my success in somebody else's hands. I make sure I know how to do it first. Let's see. Someone says, what should a text closing average be? I mean, my average is like 1 out of 6 people. So for every 6 people I get a text, I close 1. On phone calls, I'm 8 out of 10 to 9 out of 10. For every 10 phone calls I get, I close 8 or 9 out of 10. My closing average is sick. I have 20 years of sales experience. Do not expect to be like mine. Like if you're doing 5 out of 10 calls, you're good, really good. And if you're doing, if you're closing 2 out of like 15 people, you're pretty good on text too. So that's pretty decent. Mine is 1 out of 6, which is really sick for text. That's very difficult. But I know exactly what to say to people. So Felton says, I feel better now, laugh out loud. Kurt says closing about 4 out of 10 over text. Wow, that's fantastic. Escalate to a phone call. Awesome. Good job, Kurt. That's great. Okay, let's go look at some more questions here and see. Best headlines for Craigslist. So, just use the Craigslist cheat code that I use. Try to use some common sense when you're posting on Craigslist. For example, if you're in local community news, see what type of stuff is doing well and then post there. Like for local news, it'd be like, I buy iPhones. Like, I think this is actually ours. I buy iPhone 4s for cash. That is not ours. Who does that? Like, who's buying iPhone 4? That is us. oh, iPhones for cash. Okay. Not iPhone 4s for cash. This is one of our ads. This must have been Austin wrote this ad. I'm still working with them. Have you guys noticed I've been doing a lot of training videos and going to my store, and I've been up there training him every day on how to post ads and what to do and stuff like that. We still got a little bit of work to do, but guys, here's the cool part. Like Austin still is like only halfway there between posting ads and negotiating, and look at our sales. Like this is halfway there. Isn't that awesome? So even if you're not that good, you can still make sick money in this business. That's the crazy thing about this. This is what I love. So that's the good news. So imagine when he gets really sharp, if I get him to be as good as me as sales and placing the ads, we're going to be over 50,000 a month, which is really cool. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of offers to work for me right now. If you guys want, my VIP mentoring program is pretty good. I treat the people in the VIP mentoring program kind of like as if they were an employee and they work for us. They're required to fax us daily reports. We have a private group. They not fax us, but upload a daily report of all their activity for the day, what their goals are, what they're doing, and things like that. Okay, so a headline. Here's a cheat code for Craigslist. What you're going to do is just go to Wanted, find out what other people are buying, and steal one of their headlines. Super easy. Do not go to people buying phones, right? Just look for people. Here's one, free pickup, right? You can actually do this. Has anybody tried, if you don't have a lot of money, just saying, I'll buy all your unwanted, I'll pick up all your unwanted electronics and phones. And you can just pick up, like, even if they have flip phones are worth $20, $30, some of them. You could pick up, if you want to raise like a few $100s to get started with this in cash really quickly, do that, play some free ads, and you can make money that way. But here's one of our Craigslist ads right there. That's Austin posted that for sure. I know that's his pick. It's a great pick for a Craigslist ad. It stands out like crazy, which is great. Just go to the Wanted and steal somebody else's headline right here. Wanted. So do a post like this. Put the $2 signs and do Wanted, phones, laptops, and iPads. And use that for a headline. Okay? And you can use that in Wanted. Now, if you're going to be posting in like cell phones is different. Cell phones, you got to be sneaky. You got to be like, I'm looking to buy an iPhone 7 or 8, because you got to make it look kind of like you're selling a phone. All right. The other thing you could do, I've seen, is you can make a pic that says I buy phones for cash, and like we did with the business card, and you could just write some gibberish in the post. I've seen people do that. We don't do that because I don't know. I feel it's weird. But if you want to do that, I know it's working really good for some members, right? You can make it look like you're selling a phone, and in the pic, it says I buy phones cash. Does anybody try that here and use that strategy? Chris says yes. So guys, a lot of people are asking me about VIP mentoring program. I'm not going to discuss that in a group chat. If you're interested in it, you got to apply. It's application only. So you got to send me a message, and we got to do a quick phone call to, screen, make sure it's a good fit, and then we can discuss the program if you're interested in that. But you have to message me first if you're really serious about the program. Okay. Let's get back to the questions. Let's see. How to reach out to people. Okay, this is a really good one right now. So guys, right now, because it's the holidays, everybody's really busy. They're getting their Christmas shopping in. Has anybody noticed it getting a little bit slower? Like you had a bunch of leads coming in and it's died down a little bit, or it's a little harder to negotiate, even if you were really good before. It's getting a little bit. This time of year, it does get a little tougher. January, by the way, is just amazing. After the first week of January, it just blows up, and we get phones like crazy. Okay, but Felon says, Dave, you can't ask me that question. I just got the course. Blah, blah, blah. What I think is good is if it does get a little slow, first of all, make sure it's genuinely slow. Like you've got tons of ads everywhere. You've got ads on LetGo, on Groups, Marketplace. Your ads are good. You followed everything in the course. Because if you haven't done that, just make sure you're doing that. That's most people's problem. That's like 90% of the members in the course. I find out what they're doing, and they're like, no Facebook groups, 10 ads on Craigslist, 1 ad a week on LetGo, and maybe once every 2 weeks on Marketplace. That right there, guys, is a recipe to not get much business. Okay, I'm just being honest with you. If you want to get a lot of leads, you got to be posting on LetGo every other day, a pic. You want to post a Marketplace once a week. You want to have Craigslist ads up 3 times a day. You need to post in 5 to 10 Facebook groups a day, and then 1 Marketplace per week. If you do that, your leads are going to just start blowing up. Someone says, Dave, can you show us how you track what you posted in groups and how many views you're getting? That's in the stories. So when you go to the stories, it shows the views. In the regular groups, you can't see how many people viewed it in just a normal post. Like if I just make a regular post in let me just pick a group right here, Yard Sale Warwick. Here we go. Let's just click this one. If I just make a post here like normal, you can't see how many people viewed it. You'll see how many messages you get or how many calls you get or whatever, okay? But the story, the group story, you can see it has a little eye when you check your story, and then will show you how many views that you're getting, okay? Someone says, okay, I got it, all right. And let's see, what else questions we had? Oh, so reaching out. So if things are a little slow right now, what you can do, if you go on like LetGo or OfferUp, let me see if I can pull up the app on my phone really quick. Give me a second. I'm not like a big fan of this, but I know if you just want to hustle and you want to just make it happen, and you've got nothing else going on, and you're like the leads aren't coming in, it's better to take some action rather than just wait for it, right? So like on OfferUp, you go on OfferUp, and you go to cell phones. And there's a bunch of people selling phones. Go to the apps. Go to LetGo, go to OfferUp, whatever. And then just, find someone selling a phone, do an appraisal on it, and just be like, hey, man, I can give you like $50 for it, right? That's how you can reach out to them. Now, I don't use this strategy because I can't automate that. It's way too much work to ask my employees to do it, and I wouldn't do it myself. It's just too much work. I like people coming to me. So what I do is I just spend my time posting more ads, so that way I can automate it. But if you're just super hungry, you want to get some business coming in, this is a great way to, spend your time rather than sitting there watching TV or twiddling your thumbs. You can make it happen. And I've seen guys do $10,000 a month just from reaching out from people on the apps and closing deals that way. They're a little harder because you're fighting the competition of other people trying to call these people. So it's better that you get them to call you or message you. But if you got nothing else going on, this gives you a shot. And I know like Aaron does this 20 times a day, and he usually gets a phone or 2 each day from doing this. Okay. So Chris says, I picked up a phone 2 days ago and I made $100 doing that. Awesome. Amrit says, I get 2 to 3 a week doing this method. Okay, great, cool. That's great. So guys, just make sure though that you're putting all your effort into the most efficient stuff first. You know, the things that are going to get you calls like Let Go, and make sure you're responding to all your leads. And then as long as you've done that, then that's a great strategy to increase your sales in your business. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. All right, so let's get into the negotiation questions now. So we have being patient. You know, so-and-so said they would pay more. The husband of wife's objection. Okay, does that sound good? You guys want to move into the negotiating? All right, so husband of wife's objection is the exact same thing as think about it, call you back, let me call around. It's all BS. Okay. One thing I learned in sales is that they don't ever need to talk to their spouse. They don't need to think about it, and they don't need to call you back. That means they are not what? Can anybody know the word? They are not sold. Okay. So if you're getting that objection, there's something that's stopping them psychologically from wanting to do business with you. Either one, they don't like you. Two, you haven't worked them enough. You haven't made enough offers. You haven't followed through. Three, you might have actually made a wrong offer to them. Sometimes I see course members completely underappraise or overappraise. You made an offer or you didn't sound confident and they're turned off and they don't want to say that to you. So that could be why you're getting in that objection. Four, they just think that like your offer is no good, but they don't want to tell you that. They're like, well, let me talk to my husband. So then you say, well, how much were you looking to get for that? Okay, so that's the reasoning behind these objections. I just want you guys to understand that so you know why this is, all right? I mean, because we've gotten that objection a million times and we've closed plenty of those people. So cool. Kurt says, cool, thanks. I experienced this objection a lot. So would you guys like to do a little bit of role playing with these objections and show you how we handle them, or like I'll personally respond the way I would? You guys want to do that? Who wants to kind of role play with me a little bit? Sam, you did such a good job last week. That was awesome. You want to do it again, or does anybody else want to do it? I feel like I should probably give someone different a chance if they want to, but if you want to do it again, Sam, you were awesome. Remy, you're in our VIP mentoring group program. Why don't I role play with you? Because I wanted to work with you on this anyways. You want to come on for a second, Remy? I was going to hop on a call with you on Thursday and do some private negotiating, but we can get it started right here. And then Sam, maybe I'll let you get on and do a couple too. Does that sound good? So can you talk, Remy? Can you unmute yourself? Remy? I don't know what happened to Remy. Someone says, I elect Feldon. All right. Well, you know what? Let me give, I'm not sure what happened to Remy there. I don't know if he left. Oh, you still there? No? Okay. Feldon, you want to go?
Sure.
All right, cool. Feldon's ready. All right, here we go. So let's, do you ever get this objection, Feldon? Husband and wife objection, think about it, call you back, one of those things?
Just got it yesterday, actually, and the guy finally agreed to meet with me. He said he's going to sneak around his wife.
All right, cool. What did he say he was going to do?
Sneak around his wife and meet me when she's asleep or something.
Interesting. What did you, that's not really the husband and wife objection. It sounded like he's actually going to sell you the phone.
Yeah, he is. But it took me like 2 or 3 days to close this guy.
Okay, so that's not really an objection. Oh, Remy's back here. So that means you kind of got the deal. Like I want the people that are like, oh, I'm not sure. I want to talk to my husband or I want to talk to my wife and see what she says. That type of thing.
Okay.
Not someone that's going to actually sneak around them because you've closed them so good because you're a closing machine, you know, that they're ready to like actually sneak out around their husband or wife to sell you a phone. That's like a whole level of
3 hours away, I think.
So Remy, are you there now? Can you talk? Are you able to unmute yourself?
Yeah, I'm unable to mute.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
How's it going? Sorry, Feldon. I got to give Remy a shot here, and then maybe we could do a role playing after that. So Remy, give me the objection. Do you get this objection a lot?
Where they have to check with the wifey?
Yeah.
My husband? Oh, hell yeah, man. They're always using that on me.
All right. So you know what? I'm going to test you. I'm going to grill you. Do you mind if I do this, Remy?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
I'm going to put you through the ringer a lot because I want to see how you respond. All right. So I'm going to sell you a phone. Let's just say it's that iPhone 7 for Sprint. All right. Just the iPhone 7 Plus. It's worth $240. That's the appraisal on that. Okay. I want you to make me an offer based on the appraisal at $240. Okay. Remy?
All right, 240 plus.
Well, the phone is worth $240. It's
Okay.
it's iPhone 7 Plus for Sprint. That's the phone. I'm going to call you on it. Okay. Just so we don't have to waste time with the appraisal.
No
Does that make
worries.
sense?
Awesome. I can give you $150 for it.
Wait, no, hold on. We haven't started. I'm just telling you. This is just me. Okay, you ready?
Go for it.
All right, here we go. Ring, ring.
Hi, this is Remy. Can I help you?
Hey, how you doing? I saw that you had an ad on Facebook groups about you were buying phones.
Yeah, sure am. What do you got?
I got an iPhone 7 for Sprint, and it's in great condition. I've got the charger with it, and I've got the accessory kit, the original box, if you'd like that. I've kept it in a really good shape.
Awesome. Perfect. Yeah, I could do $140 on it for you.
$140. No, this is an iPhone 7 Plus for Sprint.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said iPhone 7 Plus.
Yes.
Okay. What were you looking to get for it?
Oh, well, I mean, I paid like $600 for this phone.
No, I feel you on that. I just got my wife. I got her one about 2 years ago, and that's about what I paid for it. Yeah, phones are pretty much like vehicles. They're like cars. They're gonna go down in value after a couple of years. So, I definitely feel you on that. What are you looking to get for it though?
Well, definitely more than 140.
Yeah, well, just throw a number at me. Let me see what we got.
I mean, I'd like to get at least 300.
300. Okay, yeah, that's a nice round number. With me, pretty much what I do is I don't buy for personal use. I do buy to resell. So the highest I can do on that phone would probably be about $160.
Okay. All right, Remy.
Yes.
We got a lot of work to do. Okay. So look, first of all, I want to say I don't like that. Let me give you some positives. Positives here, okay? Positives, you are friendly. You sound good on the phone. Okay, you're polite. But here's the thing, okay? Let's picture here's like, I suck at drawing. Hold on a second. How do we undo this stupid thing? Okay, here we go. So like, just pretend this is a straight line, okay? Just like bear with me here.
All right.
Here is them. Here is money. This is where we want to be, okay? Now, this is called a give me right here. That means these people right here, you just make them one offer and they buy. That's like 10% of people, maybe if you're lucky, right? This is like people that are just so easy. You just make them an offer like, okay, where do we meet up, right? And that, yeah, I know my drug sucks. Just bear with me, guys. Okay, so that's one no. Okay, this is how many no's, each one of these lines, right? And then this is another no. This is like people after, they give you like a real weak objection and you close them. This is like maybe 20%. Okay? And then this is where the pros draw the line, okay? So this is like beginner. Okay, I'm just going to put begin because, again, this is atrocious. Okay, but this is the beginner section, and this is the pros. Okay, and if you want to be a pro, you need to figure out how to psychologically move this person to each point of these lines smoothly. Okay, and what you did, you created a combat experience, right? So like this is you, this is them, and you're like fighting each other. You get the boxing gloves on, and you're like, I want my money. No, I want this, and you're fighting. You're creating an argument. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
You're like, well, I can't do that because there's not enough money. What you're doing is you're attacking them at where they stand. Okay, we want to attack them where we want them to be. And we just want to slowly pull them along. So when you're attacking them where they stand, you're not moving them along the funnel. Does that make sense, or is this too advanced?
That makes sense. What sentence did I say? Like, where was it? Like, where
I'm going to break it down right now. I just want to see if everybody's understanding this stuff. Okay, so it's a psychological process, okay? It's just like anything, okay, guys? I want you to think about this. Let's put it this way, right? Let's say your best friend's dog died. You saw him get hit. He comes home, your best friend's in like the best mood in the world, right? And picture each one of these things as a way to break down your friend. And I'm sorry, this is kind of a morbid expression, but it's just how people's minds work. And like, right, would anybody here just be like, hey, dude, your dog died. Sorry. What would happen if you did that? Your friend would probably kill you, right? Or you would no longer have a friend. He would go off the wall. Who knows? He might do something crazy, right? He might punch you in the face. Something bad's gonna happen, right? You're like, hey man, how's it going? How's your day? You're moving them along the process. You're warming them up, okay? You're like, hey, I wanted to talk to you about something for a second. Boom, you move them along again. And then you say, hey man, let's sit down for a second. Hey, look, I got something to talk to you about. And now you're moving them along again. You're easing them into this hard thing, right? And like, dude, I got to tell you something, man. Something happened today. And then finally, and he's like, what happened? Now, again, he's getting emotionally ready, okay? He's going from a happy to a low tonal emotionality. There's what's called the emotional tonality scale, right? Where someone is like ecstasy, happiness, bored, good, angry, depressed, and it goes through that, okay? So so this is what happens psychologically to someone, right? And then when we ease them into it, finally you're like, hey man, something happened to your dog today. I'm so sorry. This is what happened. And they're finally ready at least to hear that, okay? So it's the same thing with the price. Someone's like, I want $600 for my iPhone 7 that's worth $240. They're here. They're at the, I think I'm going to get everything for my phone. And you're like, oh, that's great. Okay, cool. $600. Well, I can give you $140. And they're like, no, I can't do that. Are you crazy? Now, what you did was you were like, that's really good. And I know you spent $600 on it. I bought my wife $600. You started explaining yourself. We don't want to, when you explain, that goes into argument. Okay? We want to just lead. So we're like, I totally understand. I know you're looking to get 600. Unfortunately, I'm only able to do 140. Well, that's crazy. I'm not going to sell it to you that. Okay. Have you thought about selling it yourself yet? Now, boom, I'm moving them along a little bit more. Well, no, I haven't sold it myself. Ah, okay. Any reason why? Oh, because I don't have time to deal with all those people. Ah, okay. So see what I'm doing is I'm getting them prepared. Does this make sense, Remy?
Yeah, it does. It does.
I'm leading by asking questions, by not explaining, but I'm getting them to understand. I'm their friend. I want to support them, even when they're angry. Because sometimes, let's say if you're the messenger, right, and you tell your friend your dog just died, they might get angry at you, like it's your fault. You know it's not your fault, but you're certainly not going to get defensive to your best friend and be like, dude, it's not my fault this happened. You're going to react with like, give me a hug, man. Come on, let me help you out, right? Well, it's the same thing with this situation. When they're upset and they're mad that you're only going to give them a 140, it's not that it's your fault. They understand that. Like, you just like, look, man, I'd really love to give you this 140. I mean, I'd love to give you the 600. Unfortunately, it's just the market isn't paying that much, but I'd be happy to give you some cash today and help you get rid of that phone right now.
I love it, man. Okay, I got you. Now I understand.
You're starting to click, understand what I mean by kind of moving some along, like preparing them psychologically?
I'm just the bearer of bad news. I'm not going to explain all that other stuff because too much information is bad information.
Exactly. You just keep it. You're just leading them. Every time you ask them, I'd be really happy to put some cash in your pocket and meet you today. Is that cool? Boom. Now you move them another line. And they say, cool. No, it's not cool. I'm at 600. You're at 140. Where'd you come up with this? Well, have you see what people are selling them for? No. Did you know that the average price is only right now like 240 is what we're going to be able to sell it for? That's why I can only do 140. But I really want to buy the phone. I'd love to do some business with you, so I offer the best I could right now. Can we do that? And I kind of changed the closing question up just a little bit. Can we do that? Is that fair? Does that work? I always switch it up just slightly so I don't sound like a repetitive robot. And then that moves them one more line, right? Every time I close, I'm moving them closer and closer to getting the deal. Because you know about the anchoring bias, Remy?
Yeah, you're kind of like if they're gonna think like 600, you're kind of bringing them down to earth, and
Yeah.
you're kind of like almost lowballing them.
Right. I don't care if they start at 10,000 for the phone. The bottom line is we know they're not going to get 600 for that phone anywhere. We know that it's not realistic, but we don't need to all explain that to them, because just from our confidence, they'll get that point. But when we're not confident, then they start doubting us. They think we're lying to them. You see what I'm saying? So when I say to you, Remy, I'd really love to give you the phone. The only thing is, I just can't do it. That's like the most I could do is 140. I'm at the absolute top I'm allowed to pay. But I'd love to, but see, and then I hit him with the hard stuff, and then I smooth it off with something positive. But I really want to earn your business. I really love to buy the phone for you today. Can I put some cash in your pocket and help you out and get the deal?
I love it. Just kind of like blame it on the market. Like, it's just me and that guy. We're working together. Just blame it on the market.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Did anybody else find this helpful? I don't know if this is like too much information for you guys, and I don't know if I broke this down like easy for you to understand. But you really, if you look in the course and you watch the negotiation stuff, guys, I break it down like step by step. But I'm trying to do this as fast as possible, so I'm not giving all the little psychological things and every little thing to say and stuff. Superman says handwriting sucks. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just doing my best here. Bob says, yeah, don't make it them. It's you or the market. And also, Remy, when I talk, notice I say Remy as I'm talking to you. I'm saying your name. So there's a thing called affinity. When someone likes you, they're more forgiving and they're more willing to do business with you. So you need to say people's name when you're negotiating. And I noticed, I don't think you said that when you were talking to me, Remy. Did you use my name?
No, I didn't say it one time.
Okay. Did you know when you say someone's name 5 times, that they rank you higher than 90% of the people that they talk to on an average basis?
Oh, wow. No, I didn't know
They
that.
have a higher affinity because when people are very egotistical, we're just naturally all selfish and about ourselves. So when you say Remy and I say your name, it connects with you. I've built a personal connection. When I say it 5 times, now I've built a higher level personal connection than most of even your closest acquaintances, because even your closest acquaintances don't use your name that often. Now, it has to be done authentically, but as long as you place it right and you get to use it saying their name, this breaks down that psychological barrier, that guard. A lot of this, guys, it's not a logical thing. See, a lot of new people, when they get into negotiation sales, they think it's logically, it doesn't make sense. People don't do things logically, guys, right? We don't spend, $3,000 on sports tickets because we're logical. We don't buy, like signed posters or signed books or pictures from people for thousands of dollars because we're logical. We buy things because we're emotional. So all this stuff, it's just they don't want to feel like they got screwed. That's it. It's not that you're not offering enough money. So you've just got to break down those guards, those shields, those barriers, and you get the deal. But most new people give up because someone puts up their guard and they're like, oh, I didn't get a deal. Let me move on to the next one. That's easier. But that you're missing out on all this cash right here. This is the pro money if you can break through those guards and those barriers. And that's what that script does. That's why I built that script for you guys. Okay. Any questions on this? So Remy, we're going to get on a call on Thursday and we'll do a little more role play and break it down. You're going to be a beast after this.
I'm looking forward to it, David.
Awesome. Sam says, I totally understand how much you're going to get. Oh, Nick says great stuff. Okay, so no questions on that. I think we're going to wrap this up shortly because I think that's most of the objections we just did right there. Let me see if there's any more questions that we had. So that's being patient, guys. Being patient is just have some discipline. Do you notice when I'm on the phone with Remy, I slow my voice down? Does anybody notice that? A lot of people will rush when they're on a phone with someone. The faster you talk, the harder it will be to close the sale. When you go slow and you're relaxed, people trust you more. When you speak fastly and you're trying to close a deal or do something like move a psychological process, you got to slow it down. Okay. Remember, like if your best friend said, hey man, my dog, like if your best friend's dog just died and you had to tell him that, you wouldn't be like, hey dude, your dog just died. That's just like, whoa. You'd be very slow, very calm, very calculated, very relaxed. And that's how you would talk to them. Right. So when you're on the phone with people, slow it down, relax, be calm. And that's going to help you get the deal more. Sam says, Chris Voss, late night. Yeah, Chris Voss, he's a FBI negotiator, and he talks like this. He's like, that's right. And he gets on a phone, and he's dealing with people where situations where someone's literally going to die if he says the wrong thing. Imagine this. You say the wrong thing, you just lose a deal. He says the wrong thing, someone dies. They get their head blown off. Or, 100 people get bombed. Imagine that pressure. But yet he remains calm. And he's calm. He's like, how are you doing? How was things over there? He wants to get the terrorist, right, into a more relaxed state. He wants to get him more on his level. He wants to connect. How you doing, Bob? Bob, what's going on over there? How are things, Bob? Can I do anything for you? He builds affinity with the terrorist. Okay, so if this works to save people's lives in a hostage negotiation situation as an FBI agent, it sure as hell works to buy phones. Okay, I can tell you that right now. So I hope you guys enjoy this and you guys liked it. I think we'll wrap this up in just a little bit. Any final questions? I'll leave it open for 5 minutes. Sam says, I can't wait to try it. Sam says, it's off topic, but I want to know how long you've been playing the guitar. I've been playing the guitar since I was 15. Fun fact. And it says, what about when they say Apple is paying more? Usually I say, well, I pay fast cash. Apple will give you a gift card. So guys, if I just kind of ignore people. If they say, well, so-and-so said they pay more, I say, oh, that's great. If they're offering that much, I would definitely do it. But I would love to buy the phone for you. And I could do $140 and meet you with cash right now. Would that work? And I just kind of I answer it really quick, and then I just go back to closing because you know what? It's usually bullshit. Most of the time they say that it's just a bluff. If Apple was offering that much, they would have already just sold it to Apple. They obviously want cash. They don't want credit. Again, don't argue and use logic. Just go back to pulling them through the process. Just close them, right? So instead of, trying to fight with Apple, well, Apple's offering credit and, if you go in there, I can give you cash. I just say, that's great. If you can go to Apple, I'd definitely do that if I were you. If they're offering that much, that's a pretty good price. But I can do $140 on it, and I've got cash in my pocket right now. Take a picture of the cash and send it to them. Show them that cash. Let them see it. You got it right there, and it's ready for them. They can get it right now. Bait them with it. That's called the availability bias of the brain. And if you do that, you will see results closing deals if you can show people that you're ready to do it immediately. Chris Kripe says, laugh out loud, it's gold. Feldman says, I message everyone, even the people that don't flake. Roy says, great call, Dave. Learned a lot tonight. Awesome. Glad to hear, Roy. Guys, if people are flaking, it's because you're not committing them at the end. You're not in control of the situation. Nobody flakes on me. Nobody flakes on me. I tell them straight up at the end of the call. So, I'm going to be, okay, great. So I'm going to be meeting you at the Wendy's parking lot in about 15 minutes. Now, is this your cell phone? Okay, cool. This is my cell phone number. And I'm going to be I've got a 2018 Hyundai Tucson SUV. Okay, it's charcoal gray. I'll be in the front part of the parking lot. If I get there before you, I'm going to call you. Is that cool? Oh, yeah, man, that's cool. Okay, great. Now, look, I just want to let you know I've got a lot of people lined up today to buy phones. So please, if you're not going to be there, tell me right now. I'd much rather you say you're not going to be there than I get there and you're not there. You're definitely going to be there because I don't want to leave a customer hanging. Because if you don't show up, then I'm going to have someone waiting there that for me to go buy a phone, and I'm not going to be there either. And they're going to get mad at me. So is that fair? You're definitely going to be there? And right there, you shut up and you wait for an answer. This is what most people do. Okay, I could do $50. You want to meet at the Wendy's 15 minutes down the road? Yeah? Okay, cool. All right, I'm driving a great car. See you there. Bye. You're going to get 50% flake ratio if you handle the calls like that. But if you commit them and you do just what I did on every one, you're going to get – nobody's going to flake on you. Nobody flakes on me. Because what happens is if they are going to flake, they'll start doing this. Well, actually, you know what? Can I call you back in a minute? Because I was supposed to meet someone, but I'll see if I can blow them off and I'll just meet you instead. And then I'll be, okay. Because I'd rather lose the deal right there than waste my time and go there and they don't show up. You know what I'm saying? So that you commit them real hard at the end of this. Lauren says, why would they flake if they just made a deal to get cash? Because it's a psychological thing, guys. It's not logical. You have to emotionally make people feel bad if they don't show up. I even say, if you don't show up, then I'm going to have someone waiting for me and I'm going to end up blowing someone else off. I've got a lot of other people and I don't want to disappoint somebody else. See, I'm not saying I'm going to be pissed at you if you don't show up because then it's me. But if I say I don't want to disappoint another customer, if you don't show up. Then I'm blaming it on a third party, and that makes them feel bad. So they'll be like, oh, I don't want to leave someone else hanging. No, I'll definitely be there. Or they'll say, you know what, I can't do it today, but I'll definitely do it tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow because I know for sure I'll be there. If you commit people. Okay, guys, that will wrap it up for today. I think that was quite a bit of stuff that we went over. I hope this is helpful. I hope everybody has a great holiday weekend. Oh, by the way, really quick, we're not going to be able to do a group chat on Tuesday for the next 2 weeks because I think it's Christmas, right? It's Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve on Tuesday, correct? So we should probably bump the group chat to a different day for the next 2 weeks. Is that okay with you guys? If you want to do like Thursday or something, maybe. Oh, Amrit says it's Christmas Day. Yeah, so we're definitely not going to do a group chat on Christmas Day because I don't think a lot of people will be able to make that. That's going to be difficult for me. So I think maybe like Thursday or something we'll try to do if that works for everybody. Friday is probably no good for me. I can't do Friday, but I could probably do Thursday. I'll make an announcement in the group for you guys, but I think Thursday is probably going to work if that's all right for you guys. Maybe around the same time. We're traveling the East Coast of America for the next 2 weeks. So we're actually leaving on Thursday. We're going to Washington, D.C. to see the White House and Christmas lights. And then we're going down to like Florida, Clearwater Beach, SeaWorld, Miami. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff. So I'm not sure where I'm going to be and what time I'll be able to do it. So I'll let you guys know then if that's okay. All right. So remember, guys, my therapist is doing a group chat in the group tomorrow at 1 p.m. So be there if you want to come. She's going to be there for like an hour and a half answering questions. And if you want to ask like, how she helped me and stuff like that, you can ask her some questions, like how it helped me. And I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be posting it in the link in the Facebook group, so keep an eye out there. Steve says, let's catch up in South Florida. A lot of you guys want to catch up with me. I'll see if you want to message me while I'm down there, guys. We're going to be really busy. I'd love to meet, but sometimes it's crazy. I'm going to be with my family, so sometimes it's a little tough. But Austin says, which group? The private members group for the course. That's where I'm going to post the link. The private members group. So just keep an eye out there at 1 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, Eastern time. Okay. All right, guys, have a great night. Sam says, Dave, can I pay you to teach me how to play guitar? I'm sorry, Sam. I don't do guitar lessons. I teach people how to make money on eBay and now how to be a YouTube celebrity, but guitar lessons I don't do. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. But anyways, you guys have a great day. We'll talk to you later and see you next week. Have a great Christmas.